it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy, the legendary Hadou, and I'm coming at you with a Gantz manga review. Gantz manga chapter 17, The Dark Steel Legion. This chapter here was insane. This and more coming at you next. Man, oh man. So we open up with this chapter with Hanbi and Masakachi staring down this boss alien. And Hanbi, he looks a little scared, a little nervous. We see a little bit of sweat on his face, and then we see his knees kind of just slightly shake. Now, Masakachi at this point moment looks at Hanbi and says, hey man, we can't just stand here. And Masakachi just goes running in. He goes charging in, just going in for the kill. He's doing everything he can to try to take this boss alien down. I mean, he's attacking. However, the boss alien seems to be very well with dodging. So, Masakachi tries to use a tactic they used earlier in the chapters, and that was go for the legs. If you could take out his foot, if you could take out a leg, that's going to slow this alien down. He attempts to take out the alien leg, however, the alien dodges again. But not just that, this boss alien, even though he looks badass and he's dual-wielding, he also has electric attacks. What? I'm like, oh my goodness. So Masakachi is doing everything in his power to try to dodge a lot of these attacks. They're coming very close. Masakachi tries to go for that foot. He tries to cut off the alien's foot. The alien dodges it. The alien counterattacks. He hits Masakachi with one of those lightning attacks, and it was just a perfect hit. Masakachi went out for the count. No! His suit is destroyed. He has the suit is oozing on the side. He has blood coming from his nose. I think Masakachi's not getting back up for this fight. I think that might be it for Masakachi for the time being. He's not dead, but he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? His suit's done. He needs to crawl over there where everybody else is just to try to survive. Now, the only one that's standing is Hanbi. So at this point moment, we have Hanbi, the only man standing. And he looks nervous, man. Matter of fact, he looks more than nervous. He looks scared. No. He looks terrified. I haven't seen Hanbi like this before. I mean, throughout the chapters, Hanbi has been that character who's been very cocky, brave, he's been heroic, he's been the one that jumps into battle, but in this case here, he looks extremely scared. His knees are just trembling, his legs is shaking, and he has tons of sweat on his face, and he doesn't look like he's confident at this point moment. And I'm like, no, this ain't our boy Hanbi, what's going on? And out of nowhere, Hanbi starts to laugh uncontrollably. And I think that he's trying to get himself focused to fight this alien, try to get over his nervousness, but it's not happening. And he says to himself, I don't feel that I can win. And I'm like, yo, oh man, this ain't good. This ain't good. Like, there's a big power scaling from the aliens they have fought to this boss alien. Like, the aliens they have fought, they folded them up real quick. This alien here is bringing them fear. And then Hanbi knees buckle and he falls down and he says his legs won't listen to him. Like, he's stuck. He is so terrified right now that he's stuck. And I'm like, dang, this is not good for our team, man. This is not good for our team. And then at this point, the alien turns around and he says, Book of Water. And I think that is his technique that he's getting ready to do. But I see lightning technique, so it could just be the translation. But as Hanbi is on the ground, trying to move, out of nowhere, we start to hear a little sound. You're like, what's that sound coming from? And out of nowhere, someone passes through on a Gantz bike. I'm like, what? What just happened? Like, dude just flies through. He just drives through on a Gantz bike. And Hanbi just has this look on his face. First thing first, this is the Edo period, so I'm quite sure they haven't seen anything that's motorized. So he's just like, huh? And then out of nowhere, we get like several people pull up in hard suits. And I'm like, yo! So I'm like, yo, this was insane. I did not see this coming at all. And I mean, they look badass as hell. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 hard suits that just pull up. Just looking awesome, man. Like, yo! And they just walk up to the boss. And I'm like, yo. And that was it. That was it for the chapter. That was it for chapter 17, the Dark Steel Legion. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Who's this? There's so many questions to ask, man. There's like, yo, what just happened? You know, you gotta ask yourself, like, what just happened? Where did this team come from? You know, was they watching Hanbi and Masakachi this whole time? Or did they just so happen to pull up? You know, I'm like, yo, it blew my mind, that final scene. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of unpack and a lot of questions to ask. First thing first, this team here, it looks like this team here only plays to win. Hands down, they only play to win. It don't seem like this team is trying to get out of there because, I mean, their team is just maxed out, it seems, with weapons. I mean, I haven't seen a team this big since the Osaka team from the original Gantz. Like, this team, even, I don't know. I think the Osaka team maybe had like 1 Gantz bike, one of the flying Gantz bikes, and a hard suit. This team here has the Gantz bike and like several hard suits. This is insane. Matter of fact, this boss is going to have a very hard time defeating this team. If this boss defeats this team, I'm going to be stunned. I'm going to be shocked. I'm like, yo, I don't know what to say at that moment. But right now, I'm super hyped up. I'm amazed. I can't wait to see what this team is going to do. I think this is the Dark Steel Legion team, but this team right now looking badass. I think that they're going to be able to, if they survive, they're going to be able to give Hanbi's team a lot of information and things about this game and the world of Gantz. I want to know more about this team, where they're from, what part of Japan they're from, or if they're from Japan. You know, I think they will be from Japan because it's Gantz Edo, but I was impressed with this chapter. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in chapter 18. What do you think about this chapter? Please rate, subscribe, and comment below. It really helps the channel. But that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Matane.